Are you like a full-fledged celebrity in the UK?
No, this is the thing, bro. Most of my audience is in the US. I'm a celebrity over here, maybe, but back home, people ain't really rocking with me. I mean, I get recognized here and there, but it's different. When I come to America, it's different. It's overwhelming.
Well, why are they not rocking with you?
Well, most of the stories I cover are American, right? Like I'm mainly into like, you know, the Chicago, the Jacksonville type stuff, right?
But you covered the Bloods and Crips.
In the UK, yeah, but that stuff, the audience is just way smaller. Imagine the UK, it's like one state. Just imagine you're making content about just what's going on in one state. Right. So it's small. My audience in the UK is probably like 7% or so. It's pretty small.
Wow. Well, Chicago's one city.
Mm-hmm. You know what it is? But I feel like Chicago appeals to all of America, whereas the UK only really appeals to the UK. Like American people that are into UK rap, like that's rare. You find an American, they're like, oh, I actually fuck with it. It's like, wow. Like,
well, you're not so much covering rap as you are crime.
You know what it is? For me, yeah, it really starts with the music. I can't really get into the story and learn all the history and who did what unless I'm genuinely connecting with the music. So it always starts with the music, the lyrics. Like I remember when I did the Young and Ace, like Who I Smoke Jacksonville thing, and it all started when I heard that song. I'm like, oh, are they talking about real people? And I'm going and looking it up. And I'm like, damn, these are all real people. But it started from the music. Like I'm not trying to cover something unless I've got some like connection, some interest about what they're actually rapping about. So, but realistically now, like drill music, the way gangster rap's evolved, like the true crime and the music are damn near hand in hand now.
Yeah.
But there's none of that in the UK?
No, hell of that in the UK.
You would be,
he's done videos about that
you would
too.
be even more connected, I would assume, in your own backyard.
I just did a big one in the UK, yeah, like in February, about like this crew called Active Gang and just it's just this crazy story that went down in the UK. But again, it's like, it's a smaller market, it's a smaller audience. That's like a passion project for me, you know?
Do you actually go into them communities?
In that video I did, I actually pulled up and went to some of those places. But I'm trying to do that while I'm out here. Like I'm doing another Bronx video. So like I'm trying to go to some of these places, meet some of the guys. But it's like usually I'll just be sat in the UK doing my research. I can't always get over here. Right. But I'm trying to do more of that now. Like that's one of the big criticisms people give me of like, why are you not there talking to people? And it's like, okay, let me try.
What's the most dangerous project around here that you should go to? Because we're going.
Let's do it.
We're going.
You're going.
You're coming with us.
No, I'm not.
I need your big security.
Our big ass homies is coming too.
I'm definitely not. Nah. Most dangerous projects?
What you talking about in New York, period?
Or just that we could walk to from here. Or just in general.
Oh, like
Bronx River?
You got Bronx River, you got Manhattanville out here, you got
Jeff Wagner.
Yeah, you got Wagner.
Well, Wagner, shout out to everybody in Wagner, but it's calmed down a little bit.
I mean, most of the projects out here calmed down a lot. Most of them.
Yeah.
You
That's
got
good.
cameras now, police walking the beat. Yeah, you got police inside
Rico
the buildings
charges.
now.
Yeah.
So
Which is crazy that you are going to do a story on somebody. Like what? As they're telling you these stories, are you sitting there like, yeah, you're definitely going to jail? Like,
Sometimes I'll be hearing a song and I'll be like, I hear a lyric and I'm like, yo, how are you saying that? Like that's the thing. It starts with the music. Like I'll hear lyrics and I'm like, yo, that can't be real. What you just said. Get on the Google. Turns out that shit's real. And again, that's like, bro, if you're out here saying that on a song and I'm looking it up and it's real, how are you even navigating out here? But it happens, you know. And I feel like we're in this crazy era now. Like how many times back in the day, the whole, you know, gangsters or mobsters, it was all about like you move in silence, real G's move in silence. Now it's like, if it's as soon as the drill's done, you're trying to put it on Snapchat and trying to rap about it and get clout off it. It's a crazy era.
well, for me, I would say Jay-Z he was real big on, and he was real adamant on letting people know, like, couldn't talk about it if you ain't live it. You know what I mean? It's my real life. There were a couple of rappers that came up in the 90s that wanted you to know, like, I really come from this, and when I say this shit, it's really my story. The problem is, I feel like that's turned into, I did this yesterday. And now I'm gonna tell you about it. Not 10 years ago when I was a kid. I did this yesterday, and I'm gonna do this next week. Stay tuned. You know what I mean? And that's psychotic to me. Like,
it's not even yesterday. You got guys going IG live right now. I'm going to the op block now. Come with me. Like that's the craziest thing. You know, I did the K Flock story. He was going live, spinning the block. Like we're out spinning now. I nearly caught him. Like the whole thing's being broadcast, and it's just crazy. But I feel like when you see those stories, you talk about K Flock. He's a super young guy getting in these situations. It's almost like, yo, where's the guidance? Like, where are the OGs that would have told someone not to do that back in the day?
I think there's a detachment. Just to explain it from this side of things. Okay, you had the early 90s, crack era, all this shit was popping off. A lot of guys went to jail. more single parent homes. Then you have the kids that grew up in the environment where their father was a crackhead, their mother was a crackhead. So there's a huge detachment for those kids that had to raise their siblings and look out for them because their parents was too high, and they just don't trust the older voice anymore. So they just do their own thing. You know what I mean? And then there's the rappers that wanted to diss the young rappers or act like what they doing is not hip hop and all that shit. So the gap just kept getting wider and wider and wider to the point where now it's like you could talk to an OG in hip hop and he won't know who's the popping dude that's coming up right now. It's crazy.
I feel like shit's moving so fast nowadays as well. It's moving at such a pace. You got new people that are popping up, making a song, becoming big, and then going to jail for life within real short spaces of time. I feel like a lot of that's social media. I feel like since Gangsters got on social media, it's just been a mess.
Right.
Yeah, because before the internet, how the fuck would you even know about what the hell was going on?
Yeah,
on the
if you
other
wasn't
side
from
of
that
town
hood or
whatever,
you wasn't
know?
in that circle,
Yeah.
you wouldn't know shit.
When I talk to like Brooklyn drill rappers and shit, and like the level of knowledge that they have about different areas of Brooklyn that are like realistically very far away, but they have such like crazy, complicated politics between all of them. I don't think anybody would have been able to really like navigate that shit so intricately back in the day. That's like strictly like a product of the internet, and then the music just like exaggerates everything so much and like speeds it up.
And then it gives the younger generation the wrong impression. They start to think, yeah, this shit is real. We should be doing this too.
Yeah, for instance, that gangsters are on the internet. They're not.
Yeah.
Criminals are.
No. Beck, do not
Criminals
get it
are.
twisted.
Criminals are.
These little niggas is gangsters, bro.
No, they're criminals.
They
In
might not
LA,
be the smartest
they're
gangsters,
No, they're
but
criminals.
these little
LA
niggas
got a lot
gangsters.
of like grown ass 30, 40-year-old men who are like really from where they're from, and they're airing shit out constantly on the internet. It's like a
Criminals.
real epidemic.
Criminals. Those are criminals.
No,
There's
but
no such thing as
they're
a
gang members.
There's no gang member. Criminal. There's no such
You might
thing
not
as
think they're gangster, but they're for sure
There's no
gang
such thing
members.
as a gangster that advertises. You're automatically off code when you do that. That's like a Christian murderer.
But that's not. You can't take that away from them. You can still be a Christian murderer, of course.
You're not a good. You're not a Christian
You
if
might
you're
not be
a
a
murderer.
good one, but you
Not a
might not be a
Christian.
good gangster, but you're
You're
still
not
a
a
gangster,
Christian
right?
if you're a murderer. It's oxymoron. Hitler was a Christian.
I thought Jesus forgives everything though, so that's like
You have to ask for it. You
Yeah,
have to be
yeah,
sincere
yeah.
when you do.
And what is a body and what is self-defense is a very blurry line. Can Obama be a Christian?
Sure.
He killed way more people than anybody running around here with a switch on him.
Sure.
But we consider it okay, right? Because
You
it's
asked me if he
justified.
could be, you asked me if he could be a Christian. I said yes.
Right.
You asked me if he's a bad Christian because he's responsible for a bunch of murders. Hell yeah.
I just don't even
Hitler
consider them
was-
murders. That's what we got to do to be
But a Christian would tell you
country.
he's not a Christian because
Why'd you single
he's
out
murdering people.
Obama?
Huh?
Why'd you single out Obama?
I'm
My
trying to
bad,
think of
man.
somebody
Why
that he would
not?
probably give some validity to his Christianity.
Obama
Yeah,
was
nah,
getting
he's
busy with the
not like the
drugs.
black
But like
Jesus.
bombing other countries as the president is
Right.
like kind of like a weird edge case, right?
Yeah.
It's not exactly like me handing somebody a brown paper bag and saying, go shoot somebody for me.
But-
But,
then
we're
it's-
also talking. He didn't sign up to be a Christian. He signed up to be the president. Being the president comes with bombing places.
Being a Christian is a choice.
Comes with a bunch of shit. But so is being the president. But being a president comes with a bunch of other things.
Right.
The whole point is being a gangster also comes with a bunch of other things. And one thing about being a gangster is you don't advertise. You don't tell. The biggest gangsters in the world, you don't know who they are. That's the whole point. John Gotti was out of here the second he was on camera. Once people knew who he was, Dapper Don, all of a sudden he's out of here. Bad move. Frank Lucas. Biggest mistake he ever made was showing up ringside with a $120,000 mink
and having
coat
better
and hat
seats
on.
than everyone.
Right. Now the cops know. Bad move. Gangsters do not advertise. If you're advertising, that's not a gangster.
Who was the
thing
guy
to
that
do.
was on the cover of Life? Was it Life magazine?
That just sounds funny.
Rolling Stones? Nicky Barnes.
Yeah.
Nicky Barnes got on that shit, out of here.
Well, here's a question to what you were saying. Yeah, you're saying gangsters can't be online. Would you say there's a difference between gangsters and
I said-
gangbangers?
I said yes.
Yeah, because I feel like we're talking. If you're putting it that way, as far as like gangsters, they're not online. I guess we're talking about gangbangers. They're banging on the net. They're net banging.
Sure.
Right. Now, but part of their protocol is to spread the name of their gang.
They're using social media to gangbang. You get what I'm saying? Not
Yeah.
the same way you would. But
They're looking for the ideal scenario in which they're able to use the internet to make people fear and respect them, but that the cops somehow will not be able to put the pieces of the puzzle together and indict them.
Which absolutely does not exist if you have this guy who's overseas doing it from behind a computer.
Facts. Putting together fucking
Dossiers.
How the fuck do you do that, bro? I'm sitting there like, yo, this motherfucker's
What made
weird.
you want to do that?
It's hot for trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rapper.